Sophie. Sophie. Hey, bird. I don't want it. Bird. Sophie. Oh, that's good. I can have it. Ahoy, ahoy. Oh, I can. Bird. That's good. It's good when she gets something big in her mouth like this, because it means I can inspect the inside of her mouth and throat. Look at that. Ever know what the inside of a magpie's mouth looks like? Look at this. Look at this weird tongue and mouth. Bird. She was trying to share it then. She was like, oh, would you like some of this? Let me cram it into your mouth. Super hot, thank you. Bird. Look at this weird mouth you have. Yeah. Bit of manky cuttlefish as well. A bit of like grubby, been on the floor cuttlefish. Because why would she have a nice clean piece of cuttlefish that I gave her 2 days ago when she can have a really manky, vaguely muddy piece that's long since passed its date? Afternoon, everybody. We also have, behind me, we have a roofer who's working. Presumably on a roof. But he likes to sing. So there's that. She knows her own mind. Yeah, of course she does. So there's that. If you hear, I want to say singing, only because I don't quite know how else to describe it happening. It's there behind us. It is trampoline family behind us. What you doing, bird? Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Bird. Yeah, Chonky in the background. I don't quite know who that was, but bird. What has bird? Warm hand. Hey, hi, Mum. At least he hasn't got a radio. So there's that, you know. Grateful for small mercies. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, I think he does have a radio. Oh no, I think he does have a radio. Worse still, I think he's playing Coldplay. Yeah, bird. What have you got, bird? Bird's legs are just weird. Bird's legs and feet are just really strange. Magpie call, hi! I like your name. Bird. What do you reckon? Yeah, he's doing that sort of like weird atonal singing that your brain continuously tries to lock onto to try to make sense of, but can't. He's very Vic and Bob pub singer. What do you think, bird? Oh, bird, it's cold, bird. I just realised how cold it is. That sort of thing I just came out and just go... oh god. I realised today, talking about shanties, I realised today that I had, I miss shooting stars. When you're in the right mood for it, I miss shooting stars. that I've got the jumper I'm wearing today is very sea shanty. I noticed myself on a works video call this morning and went, "Whoa, I look like I'm in in a sea shanty TikTok." It's a nice warm jumper, but it's quite sailory. It is that nice oatmeal one you got me for Christmas. Actually, it's that nice oatmeal sort of roll necky one you got me. Was it last year for Christmas? Good jumpy. It's a nice jumper, but yeah, it's a little bit sea shanty. That was awfully low and slow. That was awfully. I don't quite. That's a good jumpy. That was quite a low and slow little bit of biggles there. I could nearly see what book he was reading. Hey, hi. What do you think, bird? It is. It's a well cozy little jumper. It's just the right level of cozy as well. You know, sometimes you get a jumper that you put on and you go, "Oh, this is cozy," and then like 20 minutes later you're like, "Actually, I'm a bit warm now. I'm a bit over warm." This is just the right sort of thickness of keeping you warm but not making you too hot. Yeah, and she's seen so many aeroplanes and helicopters and stuff that. Spot a kissy. I'm allowed kissy. Thank you, bird. What do you think? Sophie. Oh, bird. Kissings, yes. I'll take a kissy. I don't know what he's doing, but he's walloping the life out of something. He's really giving it large on the hammer. I don't curse like a sailor. I'm smooth as I'm pure as the undriven snow, me. Oh yeah, happy Imbolc. Is that how you pronounce it? Imbolc. Ace. What do we think? Over here? Okay. Over with the soup you made? Oh, you milk. I see. Yeah, that makes sense when you say it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like the first day of ye olde spring, isn't it? Sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know how many of you saw yesterday on the Discord about the Y-stick stash. I asked the female, but she wasn't sure about what plant it was. But I'm going into the airlock now, because I'm going to show you what I mean. The plant that the Y-sticks come from is this thing here. Is like this thing. It's going to be really hard to show you. This is it here. And it wants to naturally make Y-sticks, like there's one there, look. The female couldn't quite make up her mind what it was. We want to say it's like the edge of a lilac tree, but it might not be. But there are tons of them. Like every sort of like major branch ends in a Y-stick. So there has always been many Y-sticks. Oh, okay. Maybe it is a lilac tree. Well, there's definitely a lilac tree behind us. So she has her first stick from it today. I tested the waters out with a great big long stick, and it was yep. This is good. This stick is good. Because there's the lilac tree properly is behind. There is a lilac tree because that's where Trunky lives. Well, at the moment we're looking at Nest Fest starting sometime in sort of like late March, I would have thought. Late March, early April, I would say, for Nest Fest. So yeah, sticks are definitely coming soon. They are very much a forthcoming attraction. Flipping Budlier. I know, right? Yeah, like this thing here is a Budlier. And it's large and in charge, as is that Budlier there. Yeah, there are. That's the problem with Budlier, is it's really pretty, but if you turn your back on it for a moment, your garden is mostly Budlier. Started with 3. Yes, that's how you start. That's how you start. Like a weird grass that we planted years ago. Like ages ago, we planted these little grasses. Like this here, down by the catio. That we have no idea what they are anymore. But every now and again, they just crop up in places. And it is indestructible when it crops up. If it crops up in a place you don't want it to, sorry, that's your fault. It's here. You need to come to terms with the fact that your garden is now mostly those things. It feels like pampas or something, but it isn't. But it feels like pampas because the leaves are really spiky and rough. Yeah, we're about the same with our garden, really. If wildlife can make use of it, we don't dig it up or anything. Okay, bird. Oh, brilliant. Okay, tar. Rolling on there, being nice and chill. Birds. Haven't had much in the way of email today. It's been plant people. I know a bloke, right? I know what you mean. It is really nice that they're a chill couple. And yeah, it is peak goth. Yeah, like sometimes he gets his wing slightly higher, and I think sometimes he just flat out can't be bothered. I think sometimes he makes an effort to sort of pick up the wing, and sometimes just like nah, it's just gonna sag a bit. Yeah, they're doing really well. They're doing really well, bless them. Bird. Bird. Oh, blimey. I got one of those headaches today. Just like, last couple of hours I've got one of those headaches of just like, you sort of like, you've been a bit cold, you've been a bit tense, and you've sort of like clenched yourself into having a headache. God, I've got one of those today. Just there. I was doing okay this morning, but about 10 o'clock I just sort of like sitting at my desk and went, oh, where did that come from? Who invited that? That sort of feeling. That was a... Oh, I see. Fronting at the wild. I see what's happening. We saw you do it. We saw you puffing up and going all fluffy. Perennial plants. Had a migraine without the headache. You know what? The female gets those. The female's had a couple of those. She gets all the visual disturbances and sort of like the weird dizziness and that kind of thing, but no actual headache. Whereas I tend to get massive headache without very much in the way of visual disturbance. Which is, you know, I don't know. I legitimately don't know which one's worse, actually. Actually, yeah, I do. The headaches. Yeah, I never got to the bottom of what mine are. Just every now and again, just sometimes they're just stomach pain. That is weird. I haven't heard of that one. Bird. Hey, bird. What are you doing? Yeah, I think the last one of those actually put me in the emergency room. I can't remember. I think the last time I had a big one, I was in hospital for... wasn't I? I was in hospital last year. That was fun. That was a laugh. I seem to have like one of those a year of just like clenching your teeth. Yeah, absolutely. When it starts up here. Yeah, 100%. I seem to have like one a year where I end up in the emergency room. So just, yay, my stupid head. Well, obviously my stupid head, but the stupid head you can't see. See, I thought in advance now, and I've got the hand warmer. Yeah, I've called ambulances over migraines. Yeah, 100%. Well, the first couple of them I didn't know. I mean, they weren't migraines. The first couple I had, they were some sort of like, yeah, you get run down and it catches up with you. Yeah. Yeah. So I've got the hand warmer today because it's freezing again. I think it's like 2 or 3 degrees today. There isn't any wind, but oh, it's cold though. You're just gonna sit there? You're just gonna sit in the basement? Yeah, we've got some bread in the oven. Female's gonna make some soup, and that's currently what I'm concentrating on. But return snow promised. Ooh. I like the way snow's become a cool thing again. Because like, there's definitely a point when you become a grown up, and snow is a pain. Snow is like an inconvenience because you can't go places. You can't get. Okay. Spicy burb. See how she's gone from 0 to 100, just in a second. Just This is a Jalfrezi alert. You now have 3 minutes to reach minimum safe distance. Bird. What doing, bird? What sees? I think I know what you can see. You can see the female, can't you? You can't go anywhere anyway. Yeah, absolutely. And now when it snows, it's just like, oh, this is pretty. I wasn't going anywhere anyway, so, you know. No, with Sophie, she's an imprinted bird, which means that she imprinting basically means that she thinks that humans are her friends. So she would, out in the wild, she would just go up to the first human she thought looked cool and would start hassling them for food and cuddles and that kind of thing. So she wouldn't really survive in the wild because she doesn't have the ability to, like, yeah, she doesn't have the wherewithal to be a wild bird and survive. And it's against the law to release imprinted birds or imprinted animals in general. Animals that aren't wild that should be. So like a fox, a hare, birds, other animals. That kind of thing. So yeah, so she lives with us in this aviary that's custom made for her. She needs food comes from bowls. She's not wrong. She isn't wrong. Speaking of bowls. Noodle soup, anyone? Oh no, it's not just noodles. There's a bit of suet in there as well. Imprinted. And it's yeah, is that word imprinted? Yeah, I am printed. Yeah. You know the thing about, they say when like chicks are, the first thing they see is the thing that they assume is their parents. It's not quite that immediate, but it's that kind of thing. Like the first few life forms that a baby animal interacts with are what they figure are their people. And there's no way round that. With there isn't really much undoing of imprinting. Quote unquote higher mammals and stuff you can train to be wild, but small animals like birds, rabbits, that kind of thing, once they're imprinted on humans, that's it, unfortunately. But as I say, Sophie's basically in charge of this entire household, and but what's this? Am I getting magro-y struts? I think I might be. Well, there isn't really a lot of data about corvid lifespans in quote-unquote captivity. It's... Wild magpies can live anything between like 8, 10, 12, 15 years, that kind of thing. The oldest on record that people know of was 23 when someone shot it. So you'd expect Sophie to do a bit better because she's not like fighting and struggling for territory, eating junk on the side of the road, that kind of thing. Bird. I mean, you're eating junk, just not junk on the side of the road, aren't you? You're eating junk that you store in a dog chew toy robe. But this here isn't just for isn't just for play. This is where Sophie stores meat. These tassels, these ones are quite soft because I'm touching them very gingerly because they get a bit. Yeah. Yeah, and the early learning tambourine as well. Yeah. In fact, the tambourine does contain meat right now. If you go over to the tambourine, there is a piece of beef and a piece of in there. There's 2 bits of beef in there, and some more. So yeah, there's nice. Oh yeah, she's always experimenting with different ways to store food. Oh, hang on, now she's... Oh, I thought for a minute then she was actually going to eat some of it. Beefo tambourine. I suppose it makes a change from raw liver. That's the worst thing. I think that is the worst stash, is the raw liver. Oh yeah, they're really active. Yeah, if there's a way of making something already pretty damn gross even more gross, Sophie will find it. But yeah, because something happens to raw liver when it gets stashed. It sort of goes waxy and shiny and really grim. really grim. Oh, okay, bird. Come on, bird. Yeah, we've got spice again. Only moderate spice now. I think we're only Korma, but yeah, she will burn a bunch of calories. And what happens is during the winter we up her calorie count. Well, both of them, Sophie and the crows, we up their calorie count because birds use quite a lot of calories just sleeping when it's cold. So you have to sort of like slightly up their calorie count, and then in the spring and summer you pare it down a bit, and then in the autumn you bring it back up again. So in the winter you get more sort of calorie heavy food, like you get more suet and more nuts and pasta and that kind of thing. And in the summer it's mostly mealworms and beefy strips and cereals and that kind of thing. They don't need quite as much calories. No, you see what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're welcome, no problem. Oh, I say, chicken and salmon. Yikes. I remember us trying Sophie on salmon once, because we haven't got a lot of fish floating around, what with being vegetarians and stuff. But yeah, we had a bit of salmon left over from one of our cats. One of our cats was a bit poorly not one of our current cats, but a cat we had was lots of had some dietary issues, shall we say, and the vet was like, oh yeah, just some salmon's really nice. I went to the supermarket, came with some salmon, and yeah, he liked it fine, but we had a bit left over, so he tried it on the birds. Whoa, that was a big zoopy point. And yeah, Sophie wasn't big on. She wasn't a fish. Must you do that? Was that really necessary, bird? I mean, that was... Okay. She's not teased gross. She is, yeah. Artisanal. Yeah, leave it on the side for a week, and then it's really it's her jam then. In fact, if you leave it out for a week, it would become jam, wouldn't it? After a while, just got you some bird. Got you some ooze, bird. It was salmon a week ago. Now it's just. Right, come on, let's do the lolly stick thing. Because I gotta warm up and then have some lunch and then go back to work. Right, come on then, bird. You're gonna stand still with the lolly stick thing for a minute then. Okay. Right, here we go. If you just stumbled across this on Periscope. See what I mean? Ever feel like you're fighting a losing battle? If you just stumble across on Periscope and you'd like to follow us on Twitter, her Twitter handle is @BreeSophieBree, and there's also a Discord linked from the Twitter profile. Or if you prefer, you can always Google Sophie the Magpie. Why do I bother? Bird. Cheers, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.